Hey, I'm Vincent Chung from Real for Music, and I'm just here to do a really quick video review of Dan Krochmal's City at Midnight album, which came out earlier this year. First things first though, I do want to point out that the purpose of this review isn't necessarily to say, hey, there's a really awesome album, go get it, but rather the purpose of this review is to bring it into your awareness that there's this album by incredible album by Dan Krochmal, and it's really worth checking out, and hopefully get you curious enough to go check it out for yourself, because I do believe that a real music fan really doesn't need reviews, doesn't need somebody else to tell them what's good music to listen to and what isn't, because if you're a real music fan, you'll make your mind out for yourself. So yeah, and that's really what the purpose. So the purpose of this isn't to convince you, but rather to say, bring it to your awareness and hopefully get you curious enough to go check it out for yourself and make your own mind up. Yeah, cool. So anyway, yeah, it's a brilliant album, in my opinion, and I will point out that I'm not just saying it's a good album because I'm a friend of Dan's, but rather I actually heard his music first before I ever became his friend. It was so actually happened the other way around. I heard his music and I came to chat with him after a gig, and we became friends from that. So it wasn't oh, I'm his friend and that's why I'm promoting his album, but rather the other way around. It's because I heard his music, I thought it was really brilliant, and I became his friend as a result. And then yeah, I'm just sharing this incredible music with you now because I personally believe it's brilliant, and that's why I'm sharing it. So yeah, there's a clock that's like digging in the background, and I hope that doesn't bother you too much. So the thing about this album is that it's not just one or two songs that stand out, songs that really stand out and you keep coming back to, but rather it's all about the album as a whole. I find like throughout the day I'll get random songs popping into my head and I'll start singing along, like in the shower and even out in public. I'll get them pop in my head, and I'll start singing them along in my head, or actually out loud. And it's not just the one song. It's not the one or two songs. It's rather, sometimes I get Foursquare, sometimes I get Colorblind, sometimes I get, Exit Sign and Earth and Ocean popping it into my head, and I'll start grooving along to it, and the songs all individually, the songs are, they're all brilliant, but it's also how they work together as a full album, because you can see that Dan's really put a lot of effort into making it the whole album a work of art. Bringing back the art of creating a great album, and not just a bunch of songs, put them onto a CD and sell it. But yeah, so I think that's the one thing that really stands out for me, is that the real art and the artistic flair of creating the album that Dan's really put into it. So, and that's one of the things I really love about this album, and one thing that you might find when you go check it out. So yeah, oh yeah, and so yeah, definitely go check it out for yourself, and hopefully you can preview it on your iTunes, on the iTunes. You can preview some of the tracks, and even on Spotify and other services as well. So definitely go check it out for yourself, and if you like it, go buy a copy of it. And I believe it's available on iTunes and Google Play and various other retail online digital retailers. So definitely check it out for yourself, and I hope you enjoy it.
To another place that I can stay.